Well, by golly, Lou Day has to intercept it. That's all right. Whip it around because you got possession now. That's what always happens when you start working out with this Washington Continental team. They're quick and they're fast, and they'll intercept a lot of passes in the state championship. 29-0. 4 years ago, of course, Washington won the state high school basketball tournament. And they got some great stars this year. You've heard a lot about them. They're number 1, number 2 man, George McGinnis and Steve Downing, 6'7" and 6'9", and they're the tallest 6'7" and 6'9" in the state. Speaking of McGinnis, where are you, George? Come on over here. Big G, they call him, and he has an average of over 30 points a ball game. And, of course, the other night in semi-final play against Jack Sandell, you set a new state record. Congratulations, George.
Thanks, Mr. Carnegie.
49 big points. Let's relive the thrill of that moment right now. Well, George, you've already broken the record set by Goose Ligon and Rick Mount of 47 points. What's the next thing you're after? How about
the state championship? Next thing.
Oh, you're not thinking about individual records like Bob.
I think. Well, it's awful nice to break records, but I think I'd rather have a gold ring, and I'm sure the rest of the members of our team feel this way. But we'll be out there trying, and
what he's talking
if all
about,
goes right, I'll get the record, and we'll have the gold rings.
He's talking about the gold state championship rings. Incidentally, who's your hero in collegiate basketball circles?
Oh, I would have to say Elgin Baylor.
Elgin Baylor, okay. That's in pro circles. How about college around here?
I like Mount.
Rick Mount, I thought so. Okay, let's bring the coach in, Bill Green. Thank you very much, George. I know you're going to have a great day Saturday. Bill Green in his first year, an Indianapolis boy, by the way, Manual High School, Indiana Central College. This team seems loose and confident. Are you the same way, Bill?
Well, yes, I feel we're going to win it. If we could just take the human element out of it, I know I'd be sure of it. But, yes, they've been loose all year. I think they've been under pressure from the word go, and they've just learned to live with it. And I've got a philosophy: you shoot it, it goes in. If you don't, you lose. And I think it's sort of rubbed off. And we're going to play our same game, and we're going to shoot as well as we did in one of our regular season games. I'm convinced of it.
Oh, fine. That's good philosophy, Bill Green. Let's talk about your boys. Oh, great Swami. And I think, Cotton, you were coerced. Well, this sign says we've got the number 1 power. Certainly on Channel 6 we've got the number 1 basketball attractions tomorrow, the state tournament, and then the NCAA tournament. Yes, I think I'll have to agree with the sign painter at Washington. They do have the number 1 power, and it remains for them to win the state championship, and I predict they will. That pretty well wraps it up. By the way, one more shot.
This is Abner Nibbs. He's a sophomore. He's 6'1". He's a real good outside shooter. We're counting on him for a lot the next 2 years. A real fine ball player. Number 12 is Harvey Galbraith. He's a junior. He's about 5'11". He's another guard, and we're counting on him next year too. Harvey is an excellent outside shooter, and he's sort of a scrambler on defense. Next would be Louis Day, number 24. Louis was a leading scorer in football in the state of Indiana. He's a starting guard for us, a good outside shooter, and a tremendous defensive man. Next is Jim Arnold, 6'3". We call him a forward and a guard. He's definitely our outside shooter. And,
I can see why.
Yeah, he's a good boy. Next is number 20, Wayne Pack. This boy came to us as a senior. He's played 29 games of organized ball. He made all sectional, all regional, and all semi-state.
He's getting better every day.
And he's going to be a good college boy. Next is Steve Downing, 42. I'm not going to say too much about him. He's just a tremendous ball player all the way around. Next, Kenny Carter. He's a substitute for the 2 big men. He's 6'3". He doesn't look it compared to Downing McGinnis, but he's got a bad knee. But this boy could play on anybody's ball club in town, I'll guarantee you.
And under the basket where he likes to park
is George McGinnis, our All-American.
Yes, sir, and an all-around good boy. So he's a hard worker individually.
Yes, he is. This is something George wants, and I believe what George wants, he's going to get.
Yes, sir. All right, that introduces the 8 men that you'll be seeing in action in the Final Four on Saturday afternoon. We'll be back after this message. We know about George McGinnis, the basketball player. How about as a student and a member of the school community? Troy Julian, principal.
Tom, George is an unusual young man, a gentleman all the way. When he came to high school, he didn't know what he wanted, wasn't very well disciplined. George makes the honor roll. He hasn't been in the dean's office for 2 years. He cares about things. Barely 18 years old, just past 18 years old. Cares enough, I've seen him cry about some things. And he's got the ability to really be something in the athletic world.
Does he come to school every day? He's that kind of an individual.
I never knew of George McGinnis missing a day school, and he's where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there.
Troy Julian, principal. Now let's talk to the coach, if we can get him away from the team for just a moment. Bill Green. Bill Green of Washington, big problem tomorrow. Marion is a great ball club.
Yes, they are, Tom. They're real tough.
Oh, a good height.
Yes, real good height, good ball handlers, good defensive team. Was here last year, proved that they can win, and I think it's going to be a real good show.
Say their coach, Jack Colescott, is quite a fellow too, isn't he?
Yes, Jack and I attended the same college, and
that's Indiana Central.
Indiana Central, and when we were playing ball, we used to go up to his dad's restaurant. Gas City, and Colescott's restaurant, and eat, I remember chicken and noodles, and boy, were they good.
Oh, man. And you got anything